Hi, Shaleah. I'm looking at your work from this week. I had said, let's say you babysat for 6.5 hours on Friday and 3.5 hours on Saturday. How many hours of babysitting would that be altogether? You said 11 hours with a question mark. I wish I knew how you got that. So maybe you could go back and look at that one again and think about how you came up with that. I think you're close, but I could help more if you'd let me know how you got that one. Then I asked you to think about if you babysat for 5.5 hours. There's a little crash at my house. You okay, dude?
Yeah,
Okay. Let's say you babysat for 5.5 hours on Monday. Then on Tuesday, you babysat for 4.25 hours. How many hours of babysitting would that be altogether?
everything okay?
Now we have more people up here as I'm trying to record and there's a disaster at my house. Why don't you all just take this moment to be loud?
What happened? Trip.
He tipped a chair over.
Oh.
The puzzle pieces are everywhere. Super awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going back to recording now. Oh my God, it's like they don't even know that this is turned on. Oh, all right. You had 6 hours for that one. I am not sure that that is quite true. No. If you did 5.5 hours on Monday and then 4.25 hours on Tuesday, then if you put the whole numbers together, you're going to get more than your 6 hours. So I say look at that one again. Suppose you get paid $7.50 for each hour you babysit. If you babysat for 6 hours, how much would you get paid? You have $47. Let's see. I think you are really close. How did you get that though? In number 4 with the shopping services, you said you would use Shannon's shopping. I don't even know anymore. I knew when I wrote the question. Maybe you could tell me how you get that and how you made your decision, because I am really interested in your problem solving strategy. We are making imaginary ice cream sundaes now. You need to pick from vanilla, chocolate, white chocolate, or strawberry ice cream. You need to pick one topping from caramel or hot fudge. And then you need to pick from strawberries, blueberries, or bananas. And you said there would be 24 types of sundaes. I think I believe that. In fact, I know I believe it. I do wish I knew how you got that though. Number 6, probability that you randomly select chocolate ice cream. You have 1/3. And I'm wondering how you got that. In the ice creams, there are vanilla, chocolate, white chocolate, or strawberry. So maybe go back and take another look at that one. Number 7, in the land of cookies, my cowboy cookie recipe calls for 2.5 cups of oatmeal, but the 1 cup measurer is missing. How many times do you need to use the 1/2 cup measurer to get to 2.5 cups? You gave me 7 times. Can you tell me how you got that? And if you had to use the 1/4 cup measurer, this one you have exactly correct. You'd use it 10 times to get to 2.5. And I love how you told me you were thinking of measures in music. Maybe you can back up to number 7 with the 1/2 cup measurer to do that one as well. Think about half notes filling up a measure. Let's see. Converting to percentages. 8 out of 10 is 80%. Perfect. 4 out of 20. Let's see. I like how you have on the end of your answer. It is not the same as 40%. Remember that sometimes with these you want to reduce them a little bit. If you could reduce 4 out of 20 to something out of 10, then you would be in business because you're really good at those fractions that have a denominator of 10. For number 11, 2/5. Tried to reduce 5. Goes into itself. Okay, so with 2/5, instead of reducing, because it doesn't reduce, I think you want to build up. Try to build up to something out of 10. And then see if you can get your percentage. For 28 out of 40, your notes are making sense. Let's see. So when you do reducing though, you need to think about what quantity goes into both 28 and 40. How much can each of them be divided by? And I know that 20 is really attractive for this one for you, like 20 plus 8 and 2 sets of 20 for the 40. But I think you want to start chopping down with divisors instead. Think about your multiplication tables. 44 out of 66 needed to be reduced to lowest terms, and number 13, you have 4/6, which is true, but it actually can be reduced a little bit more. Number 14, 8 out of 72, you have 2/9. I love the ninths. Can you go back and figure out why the 2 might not be true? For 800 out of 1200, or I think officially we would read it as 800 1200ths. You said you took the 12 and brought it down to 6. That would be 12 divided by 2 would be 6. And then you'd need to do 8 divided by 2 to bring it down to another place. So give 15 another look. 21 out of 56. Oh, you are so close. 21 divided by 7 would give you 3. You have 3 in your numerator, and so you'd need 56 divided by 7 for your new denominator. For number 17, 40 out of 45, you have 4/12. Okay, here again, we need to think about what number goes into both 40 and 45. Since one of them ends in a 5 and the other one ends in a 0, 5 can go into each of them. So I think you need to do 40 and 45 divided by 5 to get your final reduced form. Let's see, you have 6 hours in your day to get a bunch of things done. In number 18, if you spend half of your time practicing the violin, you said that would be 3 hours. If you spend, and that was right, by the way, if you spend 1/6 of your time making meals, that would be 1 hour. Yeah, it is. 6 divided by 6 gives you just 1. That'll do. If you spend 1/3 of your time doing homework, that will be 2 hours. Very nice. And so then how many hours will be left? Let's see, 3, 4. Oh, if you add up your answers for 18, 19, and 20, 3 hours on the violin, an hour on cooking, and 2 hours doing homework, go add those up again and see what you come up with, and then see how much you'd have left. I'm going to stop right there. What I'm actually doing as part of this is practicing making a screencast and an audio recording for you and for me. So I'm going to stop this right now. Just as soon as I figure out how to make it stop. How did I make it stop last time, Grammy? Ah, not that. There's no little window. I like the escape key, but it's not doing its job. Oh, maybe that.